What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is the Real Housewives of Potomac season finale, season 7, episode 17. I know it's late, but it's whatever. We here now. Ashley done bought a house, child. She done bought a house, and listen, at the beginning of the season, I was giving Ashley a lot of credit. I was like, she playing chess, not checkers. She really know what's going on. She got the boo, the boo, the boo, the boo, the boo, the boo. But at this point, I'm just not sure anymore. You were talking about you went out and bought a house and your mortgage is $13,000. $13,000 a month, and you not sure who gonna pay it? You and Michael haven't worked out those details yet? Girl, is you crazy? Then you told us at the beginning of the season, you said that y'all were going to pay for it in cash. And that's why you were going through the LLC, because you were going to pay for everything in cash. I can't. Okay, whatever. Moving on. So then, I don't know. Like I said, I just can't with that. I can't. So then we see, everybody kind of doing it. You know how they go. Everybody's doing their own thing. Robin working out, and Candace is talking to her sister, and we see Candace is working on her album release party. And she's getting all the details together for that, and everything is cool. So then we see the Grand Dame. We see Karen moving around, and Mia calls her. And Mia is like, girl, let me tell you what they said about you down to the bachelorette party. Now, Karen did exactly what I would have done. Because, see, this is how I roll. Don't come to me and tell me what everybody else said about me. Because the first thing I'm going to say to you is, well, one, what did you say? And two, why they feel so comfortable talking about me in front of you? If me and you supposed to be cool, they supposed to know that that's an off-limits conversation. So she gonna ask Mia, well, did you defend me? Mia talking about something, no. I guess I should have. You think? You think you should have defended your friend while people was out there saying she was sleeping with people in the broom closet down to the club? You didn't think that you probably should have defended your friend? Okay, girl. But little Miss Loyalty at the beginning of the season, right? I'm so loyal. But at least she was honest and said she didn't defend her. I mean, at least she ain't lie. Because we know she know how to lie. So, Karen was like, well, first of all, I'm not even going to justify the bullshit because it's bullshit. But second of all, yeah, I know how I need to move accordingly when it comes to you. Because you done already showed me who you are, and I'm going to have to believe you. But y'all know Karen ain't gonna justify none of these rumors, whether they true or not, whether it happened or not. Karen said, I'm not playing these games with y'all, okay? So Karen called Wendy, and Wendy was like, girl, what? They said what about what? And Mia didn't do what? She was like, girl, well, I have your back. I got you, and it is what it is. We're gonna ride, we're gonna die, okay? Because it's a whole situation. Child, Robin done invited her family over. She playing with them old hats. She done invited her mama and daddy over to tell her mama and daddy that they getting married in Jamaica and ain't nobody gonna be there with them. And at first, the mommy and daddy was a little disappointed and they was upset, but finally they was like, well, if that's how y'all want to do it, I understand that that's how you need to do it. We see Mia go to her follow-up appointment down to the hospital, and they said that it ain't cancerous, child. She just got a rash. Now listen. Let me say this to defend Mia. I'm going to defend Mia about 1%. Do I think Mia was building up a storyline? Probably. But I will say this too. When you go to the doctor and something is abnormal, they throw everything out. And they usually give you worst case scenario. So they probably did use the word cancer, right? Mia posted a bunch of receipts from all these doctor's visits, and she had sonograms, and she had this and she had that. I believe you absolutely had all of those things, and I believe you went through this process of elimination. But I also think you played it up. I do think that, going to Johns Hopkins, if you live in Baltimore, that's a lot of people go to Johns Hopkins. So that doesn't mean you were at any specialist type situation. But they probably did test her for cancer and all of these other different things. Absolutely, I believe they did that. But at the end of the day, girl, she got a rash. Okay. Um, Giselle's out with the girls. She telling them that she's gonna have to have a hysterectomy. She's explaining, all the things that's going on. And child, her girls don't know what the uterus do. They was really sitting there trying to figure it all out, child. They were trying to figure it all out. But listen, in defense, you might know what a uterus is. You may not understand all the ins and outs. Child, you would sleep that day in class. In defense of them, they COVID kids, okay? They just spent the last 2.5 school years on a computer, probably half paying attention, behind a black wall, not talking about nothing, okay? Let's just be real about it, okay? Anyway. So, we get to the release party. Then Chris is there, and Giselle comes, Giselle is there, and she speaks to Chris, and she's like, I don't have a problem with Chris. I don't have no issues with Chris, I just want Chris to admit what he did and apologize, and we're cool. And Chris said, I ain't apologizing for nothing because I don't think I did nothing wrong. So we'll see how that plays out at the reunion, because I'm sure that was a whole 2-3 segments down to the reunion, child. Wendy comes through. Everybody's showing up. It's the album release party. Everybody, shout out to the Jasmine brand. I saw you there, girl. I saw you there. But a little bit of everybody is there. Candace comes through, and she was like, wait a minute, nobody's here to introduce me. I said, I know, that's right. It's your release party. You should absolutely be introduced, Candace. So they introduced Candace. She go back out so they can give her a proper introduction, and I was here for it, okay? Sharice shows up. Yeah. Wendy, I already said Wendy. Kern shows up. Now, Robin doesn't come until later because Robin was at a baby shower, bridal shower, something child. But everybody else is there. Mia and everybody is there. And so, of course, Giselle says something about talking to Chris. And Chris was like, yeah, today ain't the day. Like, this, it's not appropriate. Like, we're at a whole, album release party. This ain't the day. This ain't the time. So then, Deborah, okay. Ashley show up and she's still on the shenanigans about clearing the air with Chris. And again, Chris is like, this just isn't the time or the place. Like, why are we insistent on having these conversations now? Like, this is a whole release party for my album, my wife's album, and it's just not the time. Now the other people on the other side of the room having a whole conversation about what happened at the bachelorette party and what they said about Kern. We got Candace talking. We have Sharice talking. We have Giselle talking, and it's a whole situation trying to figure out when Kern shows up, the things that Sharice said, right? So, Mia and Wendy had a conversation about Mia telling everybody that Wendy was trying to get the cootie cat down to the trip in Mexico, and they cleared the air that it was really Mia trying to get the cootie cat from Wendy and not the other way around. But of course, it's Mia. We know she is a liar. That is it. So messy ass Giselle slides up to Kern, and she says, so did anybody download you about what happened at the bachelorette party? And Karen was like, yeah, Mia told me what was happening, but you know what, I'm just gonna pay a dust. I'm not entertaining that, Giselle. So Giselle was like, well, wait a minute, did Mia tell you that she said you were a prostitute? Karen was like, what? Baby, why Karen tell Ray that he could excuse himself like a little kid so he wouldn't have to hear the conversation? And she went over to address it, and she was like, so Mia, you said I was a prostitute? And Mia was like, that's not what I said. I asked the question because the story was that you was having sex with the people down to the club in the bathroom. And then Mia brings up some story about Karen knowing the owner of a club, and she was messing around with the owner, and that Mia was friends with them. And she said, I heard all of this before, Sharice. I heard this last year. I just didn't bring it up. And then Karen was like, girl, whatever. They don't even know you down there. Like, I do know those people. I know who own the bar, the club, restaurant, whatever. And they don't know you. So chill out. So then it came up with what Sharice said, and of course, Karen was paying Sharice dust. Sharice was insisting that her story was true. They got into this whole back and forth argument, and Karen said, "You know what? I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do this anymore." And she exited stage left, honey. She exited stage left. And then, of course, everybody was like, Karen did what she always does. She runs. Karen did what she always does. She runs. She runs. Here go Robin. She runs. She runs. Child, Karen was done with the conversation. She not going to keep entertaining y'all hoes. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know. But I know she wasn't going to entertain y'all no further with it. Then we have 15 minutes of Robin Whitten. Congratulations, girl. And the producers shady as hell because they supposed to get married in Jamaica, but they really got married here in Maryland. And why you show all the Jamaican tropical island and then show the Chesapeake Bay? You ain't had to do that. You ain't had to do that. That's real petty. That was real, real petty. Okay? Anyway, I think I covered it all, child. Bring on the reunion. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.